What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back, guys. I have a different kind of unboxing today. I'm going to look at the Inart 1/12 Batman. Now, I wasn't sure if I should review this or just honestly unbox it and enjoy it, because it's not 6 scale, it's not my normal style of video. But this one is pretty cool. Even though it's the standard edition, there's some things to love here and some things to discuss. So guys, stick around. If you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I give you Ben Thomas Showtime. Here we go.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So we got the Inart 1/12 Batman from The Dark Knight Rises here in front of us. And this is an interesting release because, again, I normally collect 6 scale, as most of you know, but I do have an affinity for The Dark Knight trilogy, and everything I'd seen from this figure looked pretty amazing. But I'll be honest, I expected this to feel more like a toy, and this box art is really boring, very plain Jane. Even the packaging just kind of falls out the back when you open it up. Clearly this is the cape compartment, but there's nothing too special about this. And again, for that flair that I'm looking for in terms of a 1/12 collectible, I do like there to be a little bit more fun in it, if that makes sense. 6 scale is a bit of a different story, but anytime I've ever collected 1/12, I look for that kind of added toyetic feel to it. And this feels very premium and very designer, but also a little on the boring side. The cape is a really nice material, though. Once again, even Hot Toys needs to take some notes, I think, when it comes to Inart. Once you have the slipcover off, though, and you can see the figure in the clamshell, it comes to light a little bit more. I mean, I'm a little more excited for it. You can see most of what he comes with just outside of the clamshell. Batman's here in a tucked-in little bag, which is interesting. He's got plastic up under his joints to protect him. Oh, I'm noticing right away, though, that he's got a bent cowl piece here. Let's see if I can bend this back into place. That's going to drive me. Oh, look at that. It sinks right back down. So the way this has been packaged in the clamshell itself has obviously put some compression on that piece and permanently bent it. So that's going to take some time. Popped off really quickly and easily. Interesting to see how that shoulder peg does expand so that you can actually get that plastic off. So don't make the mistake I did. Lift up the shoulder pads and you can actually pop it right off the ball socket there if you need to. You know, in hand here, this figure does feel really nice. I can tell that already right from the get-go that he's going to be pretty damn flexible, more so than I've ever been used to really with any 1/6 scale Batman. And I do like the material choices. It looks nice. It does feel like a premium figure. I can't necessarily say that I see Christian Bale hardcore in the likeness, at least within the cowl. And I got the standard version, so I don't have the Bruce Wayne sculpt. I can see him in there, I can say, but the mouth plates just aren't that exciting, especially when I'm used to the paint applications from 6 scale. But this again is a much smaller piece. This is going to be a desk warmer for me, something that I pick up and play with. The articulation feels fantastic. He's even got some articulation at the ankle and at the toe there, at the knees. His legs expand dramatically. There goes that shoulder piece once again. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. I haven't figured out how to get the cape onto this guy yet, but yeah, look how high up his arms can even raise without the other shoulder pad popping off. That's pretty cool. The Batman neck is also really articulated. So this is going to be fun to at least pose and play with, that's for sure. Now, there's no eye rolling articulating system or anything like that. This is how you pop off the mouth. But I have noticed that my Batman looks just ever so slightly cross-eyed, and there's no way to fix it. So he's just a little cross-eyed with a bent cowl piece there, so you hate to see it. Pulling this off took the actual batarangs right out of the clamshell, which was funny, but this is how you pop the chest off. If you're wanting to get the cape, you can kind of slot it in over the shoulders. And the magnets on the front did really hold that chest piece on there really nicely. This was a little harder to get on than I expected. You just have to kind of hook it over into those slots and then kind of hold them in place until you're able to put that piece back on the front with the chest. It does hold nicely, and the cape material flows over the shoulders beautifully, especially considering the scale. Now, if you get confused what side the shoulder pad's supposed to go back on, like me, it does show inside what side it's supposed to be on, or if that pattern is on the front, you know you've got it the right direction. Once the cape is on, the figure is really coming to life for me. I really like the look of it. I'm a little bummed about the eyes being a little bit cross-eyed, if I'm being honest, and this cowl piece is driving me freaking crazy. So I'm really hoping that's a QC challenge with mine specifically and not with everybody's. The mouth plates are also a little bit disappointing. They are virtually the same mouth plate. It's so negligible that it's not even fun to show. This is my favorite mouth plate, I think, just because it looks more ominous. He looks pissed, which I do think looks pretty great. And then standing them up in my display, considering I'm used to the artwork of 6 scale, this is a really masterful looking piece in the display, and anybody who's a better photographer than me I think could bring this to life. The hands are pretty standard palms with a lot of selection, and all of them are meant to hold the weaponry, which I appreciate. They're very tailored to this figure. The batarangs are a couple different options inside. Nothing to write home about, but a decent paint job. These do look really good though, and they're honestly, I think, more sturdy than the 6 scale counterparts for Hot Toys, which is crazy. And once you have the weaponry in his hands and you're posing him up, depending on how you like to pose your Batman, this is where this figure I think is going to resonate with most people. Most of us know, if we're 6 scale collectors, that our Batman just doesn't pose at all. And this does not disappoint. You can get him crouched right on the ground, holding his weaponry, tilting his head, making him truly look like he's actually aiming at something, which is really cool. But I think the figure does a really good job of hiding the joints and the seams, and it doesn't break immersion for me. If you're good at photography and you're good at kind of smaller scales like this, I think you can make this look way better than even I can capture. But to me, this really still looks like Christian Bale in the Batsuit for the most part, and even the mouth plates have grown on me a little bit. I said at the beginning of the video I didn't see it as much, but the more that I pose it, the more that I see it actually come out. They're painted a little bit pale, I will say, but and I so nitpick. I think this looks fantastic, and this is meant to be played with, in my opinion. This is meant to get in your display and just have fun changing it up. I'm gonna put this guy all over my apartment in different places. So I think the last part's gonna come down to the price, right? If this is worth the dollars spent, because again, if you are a 6 scale collector or collector of really anything else, statues, other scales, Funkos, whatever it is, $85 that I paid plus the shipping, plus a customs charge being here in Canada, put this figure for me at about $125, maybe $130. So it is expensive, and with some of the QC challenges that I have here on mine specifically, I felt a little bit disappointed. But it does look really cool and does make for an incredibly awesome desk warmer play figure, honestly. Something that I'm just gonna have in my hands kind of at all times when I'm streaming or working or doing whatever, right? Posing them up in different ways. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. Standing next to a 6 scale figure, obviously my preference is still always going to be 6 scale figures. But I think for the price point, especially if you're looking maybe for an entry point into 6 scale, maybe you collect Mezco, some of those other options, this is still really great, and I think this is a standout next to other 112 figures that I've had, at least in my own collection. So while I wasn't blown away by this, I was still really impressed with how it turned out and had a lot of fun just taking photos of it and having it in the display. So for me, this is a soft recommendation. I would say if you like this scale, you'll probably like this figure, but I also don't think I'd jump and buy any other ones. For me, Batman is a very special character, which is why I jumped on this one. But I don't think I would continue in on a 1/12 Inart line. I just don't feel like I need them. 1/6 scale is where it's at for me. And this was kind of an outlier. So I wanted to give you guys my thoughts. But if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.